How are we doing, YouTube? It's Jack here, bringing you a brand new video today. I've got a question from someone through Facebook, my Lifelines Fitness page, private question, and his name's Paul. He gave me a bit of a scenario. He summed up what he's been doing in the past sort of last 3 months, and he had a question to follow. The scenario was he has been training, doing a lot of weight training because he wanted to bulk up a little bit. And from his own research, he increased his calories. I'm not sure how much research he said, but he said he's just increased his calories. Doesn't say what he has been having, but he says he's definitely been eating a lot more calories than he used to. He has gained weight, he has put on muscle, he's happy with those results. But his question is, unfortunately, he has put on a bit of fat on his chest and his belly. That's very common when you're looking to bulk up a little bit and do a bit of weight training and increase your calories. It's probably the most common mistake that a lot of people do when they're building muscle. They just eat whatever they can, lots and lots of calories, 3,000, 3.5, sometimes stupidly like over 4,000 calories for gaining muscle and putting on weight. So Paul, you want to lose some fat off your chest and your belly. Okay, brilliant. I've got a few notes here just to keep me on track and give you a few straight pointers. So what I'd strongly advise every day, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, wake up, go for a walk. So just go for a walk wherever. If you've got a dog, take the dog for a walk, or just go by yourself. Preferably for about an hour, but if you haven't got the time, half an hour, just something. And the idea of that is because you're on an empty stomach, it forces your metabolic rate to increase a little bit for the first thing in the morning. Go on back home and then have your proper breakfast. Okay, there's the first point. Second point is, I'm not sure if you know what your BMR is, that's your basal metabolic rate. But if you don't know it, very, very simple. Go onto the internet, into Google, and just put BMR in the search bar or BMR calculator. Very, very simple. You just put your weight, your height, and your age, and it will give you a rough amount of calories per day you should be having to maintain your current body weight. Okay, it gives you an idea where you're at. So you said that you were increasing your calories before. This time I want you to decrease your calories. Of course, you may have been calorie counting before. I'm not sure, but if you were, I presume you must have been above your base of your BMR because you have gained weight. I want you to go below your BMR this time, and I've written down here about 200 calories or so below. That would be ideal. So yes, you do have to calorie count. I know it's sometimes a bit of a pain in the ass to do, but if you really want to burn off the chest fat and the belly fat, you're going to need to watch your calories. So my third point, of those foods that you're having, I want you to completely cut out sugar and processed foods. The obvious stuff, which you know if you're going to put in, it's going to be stored as fat, plain and simple. Drink to go with that as well. Cut out all your fizzy drinks. Of course, alcohol isn't going to help, but mainly fizzy drinks, Coke, lemonade, all those kind of things, and replace them with lots and lots of water. That's another point for there. And my last point is your training itself. I'm not sure if you have been before doing some cardio training. If you have, great. I'm not sure what you've been doing, but what I want you to do is a combination of high and low intensity interval training. So what I mean by that, to go into details, high intensity is very short term, very high intensity, short sprints and very short rest times. So for example, a 20-second sprint, so really going for it hard, whether it's running, cycling, rowing, anything like that. Give it your all on that, and then a very short term rest, let's say 10 seconds. So a 20-second sprint, 10 seconds rest, repeating that for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes or so. Of course, see what you can do. And in combining that on a different day with longer term, low intensity, high volume cardio training. So sticking to sort of the same intensity, not really challenging yourself, not getting your heart rate too high, but on a longer term, constant basis, kind of settling it at the same sort of thing. I'd say half an hour or so if you wanted to, a little bit longer. There's some simple pointers for you. I'll just go over them again. First thing in the morning, go for a walk. 1 hour preferably, but if you have to do less because of other commitments, no problem at all, but as long as you do something, make sure that's on an empty stomach. Find out your BMR, get to about 200 below that, and stick to it. Of the foods you're having, cut out your sugar and your processed foods, lots and lots of water, and high and low intensity intervals. So I hope this helps, Paul. get back to us when, you know, in a month's time or so. Hopefully you would have found some great results from it. As long as you stick to it, you should have for sure. And for everyone else, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it might have opened up a few sparks in your minds as well to what you're doing with your training and your nutrition. And I'll look forward to the next video. See you there.